Hi, welcome back to another episode of Child Actor Tips and Tricks with me, your host, Jacqueline Steiger. This week we're going to be talking more about auditions, and this is actually part 1 of 2 of more about auditions. The first thing I want to go over is everybody tells you be on time and be early, and I'm going to tell you also be on time and be early, and I will give you reasons why. The first is that parking can be terrible. You might need 15 minutes to circle the block and look for metered parking, or be able to figure out that you can park in the underground structure, but they don't validate and you'll need a ticket or something. Make sure that you leave time for parking. There is a fantastic resource called actorswillbetowed.com, and it is a catalog of every casting director office and what the parking situation is. And they have recommended parking spots. Like if it's on Sunset but it's permit parking only, they're like, you should park here 2 blocks away and walk. It's a great site. Actors will be towed, and also be on time. The other reason you should be on time is because when you get there, you don't know if it's walk in the door, you're at the casting office. Especially if you're on a studio lot. You might have to park in the studio and walk to a soundstage 2 miles away. Probably not 2 miles, 2 blocks away. Or, you know, it could be on the 3rd floor, or it could be in the back, or you could have to go around the side. It can be confusing, and if you've never been there, it's much easier to get there early than get there late and say, sorry, I was lost. And then when you get in the room, you sign in. This is what happens at every audition. You sign in if it's a commercial audition or a theatrical audition. Bigger name auditions, most SAG ones, will make you sign in your name, your agency, your SAG ID or your social security, your time in, all that. Always sign in what time you came in, because if it's a commercial audition that you're there for over an hour, they have to pay you for your time, because an hour is a long time to be waiting. So always sign in and out. The other thing is, for that to happen, you need to give them your SAG ID or your social. Most people put the last 4 digits of their social or their SAG ID. You can put it on, you can say, you know, on file, which I've seen a lot. But if you have a SAG ID, then just put it down. It's not that big of a deal. The last thing about auditions is you have no idea how long you're going to be in the waiting room, and you need to keep the same energy when you walk in the door to when you go in the room. Whether that's you're in there for 30 seconds and you barely have time to sign in and then they call you in and you're unprepared, or you sign in and you go over the sides and you listen to your prep song, and then you sit for another 20 minutes and all your energy slowly drains away, and then by the time you're called in, you have to re-psych yourself up. So when you get there, figure out how fast they're going, how much time you think you're going to have, and don't engage in, you know, waiting room politics. You can ask how long they're taking or something, but everybody has their own strategy, whether that's chatting or headphones or something. Don't interfere with anyone else's process. That is all that I wanted to say this week. Tune in next week for part 2.